So yeah, start. So hi everyone, welcome back to Vesh IAS, and as we just started with the geography, so we have completed 3 chapters till now, and we'll be starting with the 4th chapter, which is like one of the kind of easiest chapter, and as again the easy the chapter and more the tendency you guys avoid. Okay, so as you know that Vaishayas is available over everywhere. Almost you can contact on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, and you can write it as to on mail also. And this is Neha Duniwal today. So let's start chapter number 4. Okay, so basically you must be aware of these test series and all. Okay, just have a look over it. So before starting this chapter, I hope you all must have completed all the 3 here which have been completed by us. So this chapter is basically something which you just need to listen to me, understand, write down some facts, and you will be done. Aware of the qualities and you will be done. Okay. So this chapter is part of Unit 3, chapter number 4, that is water resources. So basically what we are actually talking about, we know this thing very well that we have almost like India. In India, we have 2.45% of world surface area, 2.45 of world surface area. We have 4% of world water resources. We have 4% of world water resources. We have then is like 16% population. I think the point. Like when we talk about population, we have 16%. When we talk about the water resources, we have 4%. When we talk about the surface thing, we have 2.45% of share. Okay, so precipitation, rain, snowfall, all that comes under precipitation. That too in detail, but I think you must be aware of these basics first. Okay, so the total water available from precipitation in the country is 4,000 cubic meter. Okay, the availability from surface water and replenishable water is 1869 cubic kilometer. Okay, out of this only 60% of can be put to beneficial use. The total usable water resources in country is only 112 cubic meter. So this is like something we can use it for use. Only 1122 is available. 1122 for use 112, and replenishable groundwater is 1869, and only 60% can be of the beneficial. Well, like water availability is too much, but usability is less. So here we'll be studying categories of the water resources of India. So first one is this surface water resources. We have 4 water. These are ponds and tanks. The water which is available on the surface, that we have the 4 major categories: river, lakes, and tanks. In the country, there are about 10,360 rivers. For the detail of geography, if you want to study in detail, where we'll be covering the geography for the UPSC entirely. In that section, we'll be studying about the India, the okay, all the perennial rivers, all those categories that will be in detail. But when you talk about things, just focus on whatever I'm saying today. Okay, we finish it very quickly. Okay, and the tributaries are 1.6 kilometer each. When we talk about surface water, we know this thing that surface water is like annual flow in all over is this 1869 cubic kilometer. However, due to topographical and hydrological and other constraint, only 690 cubic meter. Again, what we were talking about, that the resource availability is high, but the major use of it, the use of it is less. Only 60% could be used. As we talk about 1869 cubic meter we had, then 1122 is only useful over there. Okay. So water flow in rivers depends on its catchment area or river basin. You must be knowing the catchment area of the water, from wherever it connects the water basins, from wherever it drops the water. The basics every one of you must be aware of. Okay, and we know this thing very well that India has a very spatial variation, and it is mainly concentrated on monsoon. We are a country which basically depends on the monsoon, southwest monsoon, southwest easterlies, westerlies, and all those things. Okay, You must have read about Ganga, Brahmaputra, all the India. Okay, the second category comes as groundwater resources. Okay, this one, groundwater resources. The total replenishable groundwater resources in the country are first was surface, rivers, tanks, and all. Then we are talking about which is below the ground. Okay, groundwater. The level of groundwater utilization is relatively high in basins lying in northwestern region and parts of South India. The groundwater utilization is very high in state of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu. Of course, because the rainfall here is less. That's why they just extract the water from the ground. But overconsumption, wastage, and overutilization of resources, many problems are faced over here. Okay, if you are going to use more than its limit, then you are going to face those challenges as well. Okay, and the states like Kerala, which utilize a small portion of groundwater potentials. Okay, the groundwater potential over here in Rajasthan, we overexploit it because I belong to Rajasthan. That's why I'm saying we. And when we talk about Odisha and those things, the groundwater potential utilization is less. So are you getting the point? Like chapter we started, we were talking about that there's a very spatial differentiation in India in terms of anything. You talk about resources, you talk about practices, you talk about society, be it anything, there is variations in India. So Akhand Bharat, we must have heard of it. Okay, states like Gujarat, UP, Tripura, Maharashtra are utilizing groundwater resources. I mean, yeah, because they receive good rainfall. Okay. Okay. So this is the thing. Then third category is lagoons and backwaters. Lagoons, you must be knowing lagoons, coast. I don't know why this pen isn't working well today. Wait, just give me a second. Let's make it with highlighter today. We know this, we have this coastline. Okay, the coastline. This thing. Pardon me for this, please. See, when we have this coastline thing, so lagoons are these things. The water body, lagoons are these. Understood? Did every one of you understood this thing? Lagoons are this thing. Like we have this coastline, then this is lagoon. Okay, we have this coastline, then this is lagoon. Okay, this is lagoon. Fine. Kerala, Odisha, West Bengal has a vast surface water resources. Although water is generally brackish in this. Brackish means salty water which cannot be used. Okay, and then is water demand and utilization. We have water demand traditionally been an economy. We have been talking about this from day one that we mostly depend on agriculture. Hence, development of irrigation to increase irrigation production has been assigned high priority in 5-year plans. And you must have read about 5-year plans in your economy lecture. If not, then go and watch this. You will find this thing there itself. Then we have the multi-purpose river valleys projects like Bhakra, Damodar Valley, Nagarjun Sagar, Indira Gandhi Canal projects have been taken up. In fact, India's water demand at present is dominated by irrigational needs. Okay, so we have talked about these lagoons, groundwater, surface water. So when we start talking about surface, if like for example, note on water resources of India, water resources of India. So first thing you will write like what percentage of surface we share. You're going to write the surface water, then you're going to write the groundwater, then you're going to write the lagoons and backwaters. As we are agrarian society, so we mostly depends on monsoon, so we won't be having much to write on it. Okay, like much categories to write on it. Of course, there is unlimited resources. You just write valuable, create your very important valuable points. What happens, you study a lot many books and you are not even able to remember 5 or 6 statements after this. Okay, see, we have discussed the demands and utilization. Demand and utilization in Rajasthan, demand is different. In South India, demand is different. So demand and utilization parity remains there. Then is demand of water for irrigation. As we were talking about, we are agrarian society, of course, then we are going to demand for this irrigation thing. In agriculture, water is mainly used for irrigation. Irrigation is needed because of spatio-temporal variability in rainfall in the country. The large tracts of the country are deficient in rainfall and are drought prone. Northwestern India and Deccan Plateau constitute such areas. Winter and summer seasons are more or less dry in most part of the country. Hence, it is difficult to practice agriculture without assured irrigation due to dry season. Even in the areas of ample rainfall like West Bengal and Bihar, breaks in monsoon breaks are very high. Okay, or its failure creates a spell detrimental for agriculture. Okay, water need of certain crops also make irrigation necessary. So ultimately, understand this thing, the demand for water for irrigation is high in India because we have the break in monsoons, we have monsoons, we have retreating monsoon things, lot many things are there. We have overutilization of resources, we have El Ninos effect. You must have read about El Nino. Not, then please go again and watch, because I've been repeatedly saying this thing. Just go again and watch the lectures. They are available. That doesn't mean they don't hold the quality. Go and study. That is beneficial for you only. Okay, so 85% of okay, let's Punjab, Haryana, we just talk about crops over there like wheat and rice. We were talking about that there. So like more than 85% of the net sown area is under irrigation. So you must be knowing some irrigation levels are so high. Of course, we are agrarian society, so irrigation level are high. If irrigation level are, ultimately the water requirements are high. Okay, then emerging water problems. What are emerging water problems? Just write it in the comment section. Like apart from these problems, what you see, that what exactly causes problem? Water resources problems. Okay, the per capita availability of water is dwindling day by day, decreasing day by day. Okay, due to increase in population. The availability of water resources are also getting polluted with industrial, agriculture, and domestic effluents, and this is in turn and further limited to usable water resources. There is lot many space to write about these things. These are not enough. As per me, these are not enough things. Okay? Just write it down. Write it down. Why I have left this page open is just write it down somewhere. Okay, if you're making notes, no, just make the open notes. Just leave some spaces so that you need not to write those topics again. Just write it there and then. Like you must have been to all the test students. All the test series students getting those PDFs at the end, so print them out, and we have a space in the side over there, so jot down the points over there. Okay, before that you need to understand one more thing. If it water pollution, agriculture pollutions, so the major important thing over here starts from here. This whole part is very important. This whole part is very important. Okay, you have to pay attention to this page, because see, about crops, we have read about crops earlier. If we have the crops, then we have the irrigation thing. Okay, if we have the irrigation thing, then what we have? Then have this wheat and rice. This write about the crops, which crops are there. Then write the area, which area we are talking about. Okay, which area I've been talking about. We are talking about this Punjab and Haryana thing. Okay. We are talking about this Punjab and Haryana. Got it? I don't know why this cursor is not working today. I'm sorry for it. Emerging water problems. Just discuss. No. India being an agrarian society faces lot many emerging water problems. Comment, elaborate, evaluate. Just write the words and keep writing the answers. Okay, you can formulate the questions also. Then we have data quality. For the last page we had talked about, we are going to just write answers on it. Deterioration of water quality. Basically, water quality means the purity or water without any outside substance. Okay, water purest form. So water quality refers to the purity of water and water without unwanted foreign substances. Water gets polluted by foreign matters such as microorganisms, chemicals, industrial and other waste. Such matters deteriorate the quality of water and render it unfit for humans. When toxic substances enter lakes, streams, rivers, oceans, other water bodies, they get dissolved and lie suspended in water. This results in pollution of water. Biological oxygen demand, everyone is going to write about it in the comment section. I believe if you know about this thing, then definitely you're a good student. You're studying. Yes, I won't be saying that you are this or you're studying. Okay, you are at least aware of certain things. If you're not aware of this thing, then study. Please go and study. These lectures are being provided for you only, not for us. We are not here to revise on certain things or anything. Okay, so sometimes these pollutants also see and pollute groundwater. They just not only pollute water, they even trade downwards and they just spoil the groundwater. The Ganga and Yamuna are two highly polluted rivers in India. If you are going to see some certain spots of Yamuna where those ghats are being, water is actually black in color. Yes, it seems like some nala or something is going there, but it doesn't seems like a river. When I just first saw it, I was like, okay, this must be some sewerage going on. Okay, that much of pollution is. The government is working to improve the. Have done tremendous work for this cleanliness and Swachh Bharat. Okay, now the improvement is very much, but earlier the conditions were very deteriorated and they were not even feasible to see. Deterioration of water, we write on it. Water conservation and management. Since there is a declining availability of fresh water and increasing demand, to conserve and effectively manage this precious life, of course, given that availability of sea ocean due to high desalinization is considered negligible. India has to take quick steps to make effective policies and laws and adopt effective measures for its conservation. Besides developing water saving technologies and methods, attempts are also being made for pollutions. Okay, prevention of water pollution. Available water resources are degrading rapidly. The major rivers of the country generally retain better water quality in populated upper stretches in hilly areas. Of course, hilly areas are less populated, so they are less. Okay, so Thames river water is used intensively for irrigation, drinking, domestic and industrial purpose. The drains can also fertilizers and insights, domestic solid and liquid waste and industrial effluents join the rivers. The concentration of pollutants in rivers especially remains very high during the summer season when flood is low. The Central Control Board is in collaboration with State Pollution Control Board monitoring water quality of national aquatic resources and stations. The data obtained from these stations shows that organic and bacterial contamination the main source of pollutions in rivers. The usually populated river in Delhi and Etawah. Okay, other severely polluted rivers are Sabar, Nabad, Gomti in Lucknow, the Kali, the Kaum entire stretch, the Vaigai, Madurai and Musi of Hyderabad, Ganga of Kanpur and Krishna river. Okay, Kanpur and Varanasi, you must be knowing these are tributaries of those Krishna river or something, huh? Maybe, yeah, some in the direction only. Pollution has occurred due to high concentration of heavy toxic metal, fluorides and nitrates at different parts of the country. Why I am reading it down is, as this chapter is already easy. Already, like, not, okay, this chapter is all. So what we usually think, oh, I know this thing, oh, I know this, I'll do it later remains the later. This is very true fact, later remains the later. So why we are covering it over here is I have tried my it at its best so that you need not to waste your time. Just go or read it, anything, just listen to what I'm saying. And if any question comes on water, just write it directly. You just write it, but practice it first. Okay, recycle and reuse of water. We know this, the triple R we have been studying since our child from class 6 itself, and through which we can improve fresh water availability is by recycle and reuse. Use of water of lesser quality such as wastewater would be an attractive option for industries for cooling and firefighting their wastewater. Similarly, in urban areas, water after bathing and washing utensils can gardening. I do this in my house. Use for washing vehicles can also gardening. This would conserve better quality of water for drinking purpose. Currently, recycling your water is practiced on a limited scale. However, there is an enormous scope for replenishing water through recycling. This you get as it is in your conclusion section. You must be knowing about the how to write a good answer, introduction, body, and conclusion. Then the divide the 4 parts. Then how you are going to proceed. So divide it into 4 parts. Until you cannot write an answer without its frame. That's very true. Because what happens if your introduction you keep on writing the introduction, then you go, oh, page has finished. Like the attempt has also finished. Okay, so just divide this into 4 sections. Just divide this. If some random topic has been here, I'm going to write the definition. Here I'm going to write the positives. Here I'm going to write this, and here I'm going to write the examples. The section gets separated. This is a very good thing. I used to write in the same way. Okay, then it comes watershed management. Watershed management basically effective management and conservation of surface and groundwater resources. It involves prevention of runoff and storage and recycle of groundwater through methods like recharge wells, etc. However, in broad sense, watershed management includes conservation, regeneration, and judicious use of all resources, and human and watershed. Watershed management basically aims at bring balance between natural resources on the one hand and society on the other hand. The success of watershed development largely depends upon community participation. The central and state government have initiated many watershed programs. So the NGOs are not many. It's been some projects are like Haryali is a watershed which was by central government for enabling rural population to conserve water for drinking, irrigation, fisheries and afforestation. And then other was Niru Miru, that is water and you. Niru Miru, okay, water and you program in Andhra Pradesh. Arvari Pani Sansad, I may pronounce it wrong maybe. Arvari Pani Sansad have taken up construction of water harvesting structures such as dugout ponds, Johar, etc. through people's participation. Tamil has made water harvesting structures in the houses. No building can be constructed without making structures of water harvesting. Excellent. Just very important thing. From here to here, this section is very important. Mark it important. Even questions can be asked in the prelims, and if it in your main, it will be very important. Okay. Rainwater harvesting, you've been studying it since you capture the rainwater transfer into your tank. So important were like kundanka, all those things. And what happens is rainwater harvesting improves availability. Checking the declining groundwater table improves the quality of groundwater through dilution of contaminants like fluoride and nitrates, prevent soil erosion. Okay, just give me a second. I need to think something. 30. Okay. See, these are some few things. Rainwater harvesting through watershed management, like stone walls are there, dams are there, so the water doesn't get into that. Harvesting through lakes or eres, okay, through harvesting through lakes, small are being made there, stored there. And rooftop collection, like they collected over here and then it is transferred. This is basically used in our houses. How to recharge well, what happens, the water keeps on falling, sand filter is there, and then it goes to ground recharge wells. Okay. Highlights of Indian National Water Policy, very important too. You must be aware of it if you are studying this. National Water Policy 2020 stipulates water allocation priority broadly in following order: drinking water, irrigation, hydropower, navigation industry, and other uses. The policy is and multi-purpose project, providing water being an animal's shelter priority. Be taken into exploitation of groundwater and groundwater should be regularly monitored. Efficient utilization, awareness of water conservation consciousness. You know, if sometimes it has been like write the ways to conserve the water, you can directly without reference first write these points and then write this paragraph after this. Okay, as per National Water Policy 2002. Write it on later on. Okay. So other than this, what we have studied is what are water resources available in India: surface water, groundwaters, lagoons, and backwater. Water demand and utilization. Then after that, demand for water for irrigation. Then emerging water problems, deterioration of water quality. You know what we think that okay we can write, but this is very like something easy thing, and what looks easy, people find it very difficult to write the answers there. This is very true. People find it to answer there. Okay, and what watershed management, rainwater harvesting, an important thing. Answers can be asked on it. These are, excuse me, these are various methods of rainwater harvesting. Then National Water Policy 2002 chapter has been finished. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. Hear this lecture that 2x or something more, and your chapter will be finished. Just go and read if you wish to. Otherwise, whatever you have heard, that is enough. The story way, this is very easy chapter. Very, very, very easy. Again, Vaishya is really working for you. He literally is doing something which is commendable in itself, which is incredible. So hard work for you. I've been working with, know how sincere he is for the students. All you have to do is just show support to him. Just watch the lectures. Just watch the lectures repeatedly and just study. That's what we want. Okay, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. This with your friends as well, so that you can get the reviews about it, so that you guys can discuss. Okay, that was the point mentioned. That was the point where you have to keep an eye on. Okay, other than that, I have been asking every one of you to comment in the section, comment in the comment section box, write section box, like some questions and what you have been feeling about the lectures, what gains you have got. It was great having every one of you. So take care, goodbye, and every one of you must be happy and fine. Just enjoy the studies. Thank you. Bye bye.